as Orozco. College. Cha-ching! Ring it up here on the near side. It's Leslie Polanco going to Bouncetown.
From the players who work hard and never quit.
Striking like a viper, it's Z. Zulia Kleitz up front like a snake. Just that quick bite right there at the top of the net and viciously throws it down.
The coaches who strategize and game plan.
From the soles of your feet, with every ounce of blood you've got in your body, lay it on the line until the final whistle blows.
And the fans who cheer.
Nice dig by Polanco, flops to the floor, blocked by Kohala. Wagner gets in on the factor, and finger wagging to Kimbe Mutombo swat at the net.
This is Highland Scotty Volleyball.
Welcome in tonight here as we are at Ben Allen Fieldhouse. Mike Smith alongside with you for tonight's showdown as the Highland Lady Scotties, our 19th ranked team in the country, taking on the Labette Cardinals, who are just 6-14 on the year. Highland at 15-4 on the season, as we are ready to roll here for tonight's showdown between these two. 6-14 record for the Cardinals, as I mentioned, and of course they have had their fair share of struggles this season, but Highland will not take them lightly here tonight as they get prepared to get back in the win column. Lady Scotties falling earlier this week as they suffered the loss to the 5th-ranked Coffeyville squad, and Highland wants to remedy that and get back into the win column and, well, put themselves with their 16th win of the season. Also, Coach John Bingesser in his 3rd season is just 2 wins away from 60 in his coaching career here at Highland Community College, so looking to add to that total and creep a little bit closer and maybe accomplish his 60th win over the weekend in their next action in tournament play. They'll be at the Neosho tournament, actually get a second chance opportunity against Coffeyville in that showdown. They'll play one of the 4 games against Coffeyville coming up this weekend. So don't want to look to that quite yet. We want to look to the matchup at hand here tonight as we get prepared for this showdown. It should be an interesting matchup between the two. Highland, of course, looking to work on some things for themselves here thus far this season, and well, just trying to, like I said, get back in the win column and get back to what they were doing on a regular basis throughout the course of the season so far. So our opportunity to do that here tonight for the 19th ranked Lady Scotties. They fell down 1 spot in the latest NJCAA Division II polls, but you look at their losses, 3 of the 4 losses for Highland are to ranked teams that are currently ranked right now. They lost, of course, to North Platte, is the only team that is not in the rankings this season right now at this point. But ultimately, the other losses to Coffeyville, Indian Hills, and also to one other team in the showdowns, Northeast Oklahoma A&M. Those teams are all ranked in the latest polls, 2 of them in the Division II rankings as well, along with Highland. But Scotties looking to get back in that win column, like I said here. They've done it exceptionally well, winning 9 of the last 10 matches, and they're 8-0 in 3 matches, or 3-set matches, and they'd like to make this one a 3-setter here tonight and dispatch Labette here this evening relatively quick. You look at Labette, the opponent for Highland tonight. The Cardinals are 6-14, 0-3 in conference play with losses to Fort Scott, Kansas City, Kansas, and Neosho in Jayhawk conference play. 3 of their 6 losses were at different tournaments, and their other wins were against a JV team and also Simeon State College and Cotty College. Last year, Labette did finish just 13-23 in that capacity for themselves. So a little bit more of struggles this year, it seems, for Labette on the volleyball court to start this season. Rosters set to be announced for this showdown, and we will give you those informations in just a little bit as well. But right now, we're going to slip in a break, and when we come back, we'll be ready for the first.
What is it that stays with Highland alums that make them want to come back and work there? Almost 40 Scotty alums are now Scotty employees, and that number increases every year. Highland President David Rice encourages and supports those who work there with a simple philosophy. You're hired to do a job, do it well. Supporting folks to do their jobs encourages them to meet Rice's simple but high standards. Consequently, Highland faculty, staff, and administration are all part of a supportive culture that helps each other do their jobs well. Check it out, Highland Community College, online at highlandcc.edu. hcc.edu.
If you have heard stories about college debt and what it is doing not only to the students who borrowed the money, but also to families who co-signed those loans, you may have concern about your own college future. Check out the difference it makes to attend Highland Community College before transferring to a four-year institution. Going to Highland will save you thousands of dollars in college expense. Literally, you'll be able to start your life after college without the burden of debt that is impacting so many families. Check it out at highlandcc.edu. Highland Community College. From here, you can see anywhere.
Highland Community College continues to make college more affordable. Administrated by Nelnet Business Solutions, HCC now offers payment plans. Any student taking an HCC course may finance their tuition fee and main campus housing via one of 3 different payment plans. Choose from day, evening, weekend, or online classes with one great low rate. Associate's degrees and transferable classes with financial aid and scholarships also available. Highland Community College. From here, you can see anywhere.
Welcome back as we get ready for the action here tonight from Ben Allen Fieldhouse. Mike Smith alongside with you on the Scotty Sports Network. Joined by my guys, Big Al and Jarrett, helping out for tonight's showdown as we get ready for the Jayhawk Conference showdown between Highland and Labette. Rosters being announced between the two teams, but it gives me a chance to tell you about the series between these two squads as, well, Highland's been able to take the last couple of matchups in the series between the two. That includes last year's victory in 4 sets. Highland actually lost set 1 to Labette, then went on to claim the next 3 sets and the match. Highland won also in 2015. They won in 3 straight sets and have won 6 of the last 7 in the series, 3 of which were accomplished in 3 sets, 2 of them in 4 sets, and 1 in 5. Last Labette win was in 2014. Also a 3-set affair, as Labette, last time they beat Highland again was 2014. So not too long ago, but head coach John Bingesser is 2-0 against Labette in his coaching career for the Scotties, and looking to get their 4th Jayhawk Conference win of the season. Highland is 15-4, 3-1 in the Jayhawk Conference, and head coach John Bingesser is 23-7 on the season, or on his career at home for the Lady Scotties. They played 19 matches, 71 total sets, and, well, they ranked towards the top of the Jayhawk Conference in several different capacities. 6th in kills, 4th in assists, 3rd in digs, and tied for 6th in blocks in the Jayhawk Conference. With around 20 or so teams in the conference, Highland is sitting atop the rankings in several different capacities and several different individuals. Not only as a team do they rank in the top-notch performances, several different individuals rank in the top flight performances as well for Highland this season. So the Scotties performing quite well. Labette has had their fair share of struggles, as I mentioned. On paper, this one definitely favors the Scotties, but Highland cannot take them lightly entering to tonight's matchup as they want to get the victory and get back in the win column, but got to be well prepared for any type of opponent here tonight, does Highland, as they get ready for Labette, the Cardinals, and look to make it a 3-game win streak against Labette in between the series between these two teams. Still a lot of season left to go. I mean, there's a lot of tournament action still on the docket for Highland. Also, a good 4 conference games still left after tonight, too, for Highland as they get ready for this showdown here against Labette. So Highland ready to go. They'll operate left to right across your screen on the Scotty Sports Network. Go with the dark blue shorts tonight, gold tops with the navy numerals and letters, and the dark blue jersey for the libero with the gold numerals and letters. Labette will go right to left across your screen in set 1 with the black shorts, white tops with the red on the sides, red numerals and letters outlined in black here this evening. Highland had a pretty tough matchup against Coffeyville. They knew they would have a tough one against the Red Ravens back on Monday, the 5th-ranked team in the country. But Coffeyville won it in 3 straight sets. But don't let that tell you that it wasn't competitive. The Scotties were ultra competitive in that matchup. Just some miscues led to the piling up of Coffeyville getting a little bit of points in their favor, and that allowed them to gain the victory against the Scotties here at Ben Allen Fieldhouse. So that's how that one unfolded in that situation. Highland wants to put that in the rearview mirror, use it as a learning experience, and gear up for tonight's showdown. Setting up the rotation between the few, head coach John Bingesser telling how this one's supposed to be set up. The Gals will have Koya Ronsko up front. Joining her is Carrie Fisher getting the start tonight. Emma Kohala on the floor too. Katie Pearson, Leslie Polanco, and Zelia Kleitz. But I believe Zelia will be the gal that comes out for the libero, Kirsten Johnson. So Johnson's in for Kleitz. That's the 6 on the floor for Highland here this evening. And they're ready to roll again, left to right across your screen for the Scotty Sports Network here tonight for this volleyball showdown in the Jayhawk Conference. The libero, by the way, for Coffeyville dons the red jersey with the white numerals and letters. The libero is Kristen Stolkup for Labette. Labette will have the serve and set to put this one in motion. Without a couple of gals on the roster here tonight for Labette, but we'll go with Lauren Dick going with the serve. Got some gals from foreign countries, Brazil and Germany on this team, but Dick will serve this up from the near side and picked up by Polanco on the back row. Here's a quick set by Pearson. Polanco with a nice spike. That was Kohala, excuse me, on the spike. Emma tries for the block, but a spike on the near side, and it's picked up there. Great play by Cheyenne Helbust, and Labette takes the initial point of the action. Dick on the back row with Monzon as well. The libero, Stolkup, rounding out the 3 on the back row for Labette. Here's the set by Pearson to the far side. Fisher gets it off the block opportunity up front. They'll set it up with a back set over to the far side. Down the alley, Pearson sends it up to the rafters. Bumped by Polanco. Orozco just taps it over. Almost kind of cradled there by Solis. And now, man, nice spike from the back row. Hits before the end line. And Highland down 2-0 early on. Scotty's wanted to kind of maybe punch the Cardinals early in this one, but right now it's Labette doing the punching as they've got a 2-0 lead. And, well, that one just stayed alive. Polanco line drive hit over to Kohala and goes down for an ace. Lauren Dick and Labette ultimately playing well to start off this first set. It's a 3-0 start for the Cardinals. Highland just needs to settle in and gather themselves. Good play there. Polanco moves out of the way, and it goes out on the side out. And off the service error, Highland gets their first point of the night, but down 3-1 after the 3-0 start by Labette. Emma Kohala is set to serve. Emma is one of the top-notch performers in the Jayhawk Conference in Division II in the blocks, and there's a block up front. No soup for you, my friend, as Orozco and Kleitz get that to go. Picked up on the block, and it was now 3-2. Here to the near side. Oh, what a shot that time, but violation on Labette. And Highland gets out of that situation. Good play on the near side off the spike, but again, it comes with the violation attached to it. So ultimately, scratch that off, scratch it on the board for Highland, and they've tied it up at 3 consecutive. So tale of 2 runs of 3 points apiece here in set 1. Down the alley it went. Polanco picks it up. Set attack that time by Pearson. Dumped quickly back over. Roscoe bumps it to the near sideline. Bumped back in by Polanco. Fisher sends it over really just on a bump, that time on the far side. Polanco on the back row again. Ultra active already. And a nice spike there. The hammer shot laid down. Orozco brings out the radar gun and reels back the kill. Coy Orozco dialing it in that time for the kill. Coy with 89 kills entering tonight's matchup. Performed quite well. 13 matches with 4 or more kills this year. She has 3 with double figures on the season. Short set that time. What a spike that time by Zelia Kleitz. She made sure there's a new tattoo on the body of Stolkup as it bounced right off of her. What a downward motion swing as Coffeyville did that against Highland a little bit, and Zelia Kleitz takes that in her arsenal and is able to dial it in, and it's a 5-3 Highland lead. Scotty's on a 5-0 run as well. Back row attack by Monzon. Pearson at the net, digs it out. Polanco swoops in off the palm and just lobs it over. Leslie Polanco off the outstretched palm, and Highland cooking on all cylinders right now with a 6-0 run. The Scotties, well, they're up 6-3, and Labette wants a timeout for themselves. Labette trying to corral the troops. We'll see what they can do after this 30-second timeout. We're back in 30 seconds on the Scotty Sports Network.
Highland's new precision agriculture program was designed for the farmer or related farm worker of the future. The future arrived quickly. Today's agricultural work goes beyond the field and barn to the computer, the satellite, the drone, the research lab. Aligning all these aspects precisely for the individual, field, and crop is provided by Highland's Precision Ag program. Centered in Baileyville at the College Western Center, this program can provide you with experience in understanding and applying modern farming methods. Check it out.
Scotty's up 6-3 at this point. And, well, they're in the driver's seat now. Not so much to start off the set, but right now they've managed to go on that 6-0 run to lead it 6-3. And, well, they have the lead in their grasp because of that long run and because of a couple of great plays. Zelia Kleitz with a monstrous spike up front. And also Koya Ronsko with a great kill as well during this 6-0 run. The serve continues, blocked by Fisher and Kleitz, on the far side. And jumped over. Kohala will bump it up. Pearson set now for Kleitz down the middle. It's blocked for a moment, but it stays on the Cardinal side. They'll bump it over with Dick on the back row and sends it, well, actually stays in. Wow. I thought it might go long, but Labette just lobbing it over the head of the defense, and Polanco thought it might go long as well, so she avoid pursuit, and that leads Labette to stop the run at Highland at 6 consecutive, making it 6-4. Service error, and Highland will take advantage of that. That's a couple of them so far for Labette in the early onset of this contest. Koya Ronsko playing in her 20th match of the season. Of course, this is the 20th match of the year for Highland. Libero just pushes it over by Stolkup. Kleitz now, just a little finesse play, tap play that time, and backwards it went. And it went all the way back and just hit the blocker up front, then trickled back after her. Zelia Kleitz, knowing that she didn't have to pack the punch that time, was able to get the finesse play for the point on the board, and Highland up by 4, 8-4. Towards the net, little short set, tapped over, blocked by Kleitz. Zelia has been ultra active early. She has been a beast up front. Another tap play there, and Zelia taps it over again. Nice job by the Scotties to get their 9th point on the board. Zelia Kleitz entered tonight, 209 kills. That's 3%, a little over that actually. Ranking in the top of the Jayhawk Conference, 5th in the Jayhawk Conference Division II in kills. Partially blocked by Kleitz and Fisher, and actually hits the top of the net, so it's a 4th hit on Labette. Never did make it officially over to Highland's side, so that 4th hit ruled, and now 10-4 lead. Scotty's up by 6. Orozco's line drive serve hits the top of the net, and that doesn't make it over. Let's serve. Highland's first miscue, really, of the match. Kristen Stallkump from Junction City, Kansas. Kansas native on this Labette team. Kleitz again with another spike, and that goes off the hands of Lauren Dick and can't get it to it. Labette out of sorts right now, and Zelia Kleitz has been dialed in up front for the Scotties. Carrie Fisher set to serve. She serves it one end to the other to the near side. It's a great save by Dick, going to her knees to slide that to pick that up. Over to Polanco to the near side. Skies high, partially blocked. The Cardinals have an answer with a back set to the far side there. Johnson bumps it up and going out to the stands. Orozco was in pursuit, but like I said, it made it to the stands. And Labette gets their 6th point on the board. Right to left across your screen here on the Scotty Sports Network. Mike Smith with you here for the College Volleyball Showdown, Jayhawk Conference matchup. And pick it up with Callie Solis. Set to serve down the middle. Just punches that over off the fist that time. Kleitz partially blocked it. It goes out of play. Nice job by Zelia. Well, the referee saying, head coach John Bingesser wanting to converse and get the official call. Highland, thought it was theirs and it looked that way. Of course, Zelia Kleitz saying that it bounced off Labette's hands and out of play off the block, and indeed that's the call. So Highland gets the tally up 12-6. And Zelia Kleitz goes back to put this one in motion. 5th in the Jayhawk Conference Division II in kills, 6th kills per set, and 8th in blocks. Emma Kohala leading the way in the block capacity. I think she actually ranks 4th in the Jayhawk Conference Division II. Emma does. But Kleitz has been ultra active, stuffing shots up front of the net here in this first set against Labette. That is a nice hit by Zinzilia Asante. And Asante gets the power alley kill for Labette. Zenzili Asante from Wichita, Kansas for Labette. Cardinals with the serve, but down 12-7 as Highland bumps it with Orozco. Here's Pearson for Kohala. Emma with a nice spike, picked up on the far side off the outstretched hands of Solis. Johnson bumps, Pearson's set over for Polanco, who skies high, and it falls home again. Polanco's punch, that time for Leslie, gets that one to fall. Again, the block has been there, the fingertips getting a piece of it, but if you can get it towards the top of the fingers on the blocks, or maybe find those little, slivers of daylight in between the blocking opportunity and outstretched hands, usually you can pinball it off the defender's hands and come up with a big play. Nice spike on the far side as Mallory Wagner is checked in. Well, she took it off the shoulder from Emea Luina. Zenzili Asante set the serve. Wagner picks it up off the bump on the back row, set down the middle as Polanco skies high, puts it straight into a pair of Cardinal defenders, and again blocked out of bounds, and Highland up 14-8. Scotties again have won 2 straight against Labette, looking to make it 3 straight, and won actually 6 of the last 7 in this series. Looking also to pick up their 4th Jayhawk Conference win. Good line drive serve down the middle by Polanco. Set to the near side. Polanco picks it up on the back row. Pearson going to set it for a back row attack by Polanco again. Pinballs off the defender up front. 2 gals trying to block that. Rennie Story and Leanna trying to block that on the double stuff, but Polanco kind of jostles it around in between them and gets the spike to go, and that is a service error that goes off the top of the net, almost snuck over off the tailspin, but Polanco unsuccessfully at accomplishing that feat. A couple of service errors by Highland has Labette a couple of points on the board, but Highland owning the 6-tally lead, 15-9 here in set 1. Jump serve by Dick, who started this matchup off, actually just bumped right back over from Polanco on the back row. And Leslie picks it up again off the spike here on the near side. Pearson's back set for Orozco. Orozco dots the eye in the back corner that time. As Coy Orozco is able to get that to go. Nice job by Coy. A couple of kills for her in this showdown. Made some big plays. That one a little thread the needle style on the back end line. Here's Emma Kohala off the serve. Goes cross court from the far side and an ace. Emma Kohala throws out the ace that time. That is her 9th ace of the season. Aces are kind of spread out on this team as Katie Pearson and Leslie Polanco lead the team in that capacity with 14. Kohala unfortunately follows suit with a let serve as it went into the net. Johnson will take her place on the back row. Fisher and Polanco joining her. Orozco, Kleitz, and Pearson up front. Labette with their 10th tally just a moment ago off the miscue by Highland. And Kleitz another tattooing shot that time there. Wow, reels back, fires out of the cannon. And Zelia Kleitz making sure that, some new tattoos will be had by Labette Cardinals this evening. Wearing them on the shoulders and off the arm with no opportunity with answers. 18-10. Blocked again. Pearson and Kleitz going for that. The Cardinals keep it afloat, and they bump it from the back row with Stalkup, their libero. Pearson's set goes to Kleitz again. Downward motion once more is pushed back here. Kleitz going to get it back from Pearson once more and shoved over to the near side. And they got to send it over. Stalkup just dumps it from the back row. Pearson's cross-court set finds Fisher. Carey just sneaks it over as it spins off the top of the net. And Carey Fisher, who's played more as of late for the Scotties, comes up big. 8 kills in the last 3 matchups for Carey Fisher. She's had 3 kills a couple different times at a couple of matches. The Kansas City, Missouri native getting the start here tonight as well. And that one sails long. Far side attack. As Labette thought that was in. They pleaded with the referee on the far side. Kaylee Solis wanted that call to go their way, but not so much. And ultimately, it would lead to Highland taking another point on the board. Scotties are worked up to a 10-point advantage right now. They lead it with a Labette timeout here on the court. We're back in 30 seconds on the Scotty Sports Network.
Highland Community College surprises a lot of people. Generally thought as one of the smallest, Highland is actually in the middle of the 19 Kansas community colleges in enrollment. Its Highland campus has a real college feel with housing, athletics, student organizations, theater, concerts, art shows, an operating farm, and distinctive academic programs in its regional centers that cover the college's 9-county service area in northeast Kansas. Viticulture, enology, precision agriculture, diesel, construction technology, early childhood. Check it out, Highland Community College, online at highlandcc.edu.
Well, we continue on in set one here now as we've got the action rolling for Highland. The Scotties got off to a little sluggish start to the matchup, but hey, they've been able to settle in and they went on a 6-0 run and now lead it by 10 as they are playing extremely well here in this first matchup against Labette and looking to cement it in their favor. Labette called their second timeout of the set, leading to Highland continuing to serve, though. Good line drive serve on the near side by Orozco. Set up down the middle. Solo block by Kleitz, and it goes out of bounds. Just shoved over. Close to a lift, too, I would say, by Labette. But just kind of shoved quickly back over because it was right on top of him. And Highland now up 21-10. Orozco's serve, rainbow to the back row, and that's going to be an ace. Saved. I thought I put the cart before the horse there. Orozco, I thought, had an ace, but Labette, to their credit, saved it. And a hammer shot by Zelia Kleitz. Bazinga! Ring it up for another kill for Zelia Kleitz. And man, has she been ultra active. The Osawatomie product, a sophomore, one of the sophomores that helped lead the way for the Scotties. Zelia has been at the forefront of the success here. Off Pearson's fingertips, Zelia Kleitz blocking that too. And Cardinal tally as it shoots off their hands and out of play for Labette. Kristen Stallkamp now serving this. Johnson on the back row. Pearson's set, tapped over by Kleitz. Oh, just saved on the back pedal that time and shoved over there off the hands. Just in the nick of time, Asante had that situation go her way. She didn't really see it go over top of her head until just a few seconds left to get it and got her fingertips on it, kept that volley alive for her team, and was able to ultimately send it in their favor. Kleitz gets blocked but shoves it quickly back to the Cardinals' side. Here's Asante again. Double my pleasure right there. The stuff that time up front. Scotties with the double block. And 23-12 it is. And Carrie Fisher goes back to serve this up for Highland. 2 points away from a set one victory. To the near side, the attack off Pearson's fingertips. That going from the spike by Monzon. Highland, good energy here in this matchup. Mallory Wagner set the check back in, by the way. We'll join Polanco, Johnson, Orozco, Pearson, and Kleitz on the floor for the 6 Lady Scotties. Here comes the serve, and it's a let serve at that. That's going to give Highland the set point right now. Zelia Kleitz has knifed her way through the defense of Labette all first set. That one, though, a little bit too much underneath. The air underneath sails it out of play, and the service error keeps Labette alive for the moment. Set to serve this one up. Nalana Monzon will serve it down the middle and out of play. There it is with the service error. The Scotties will take the 25th tally in set one and win it handily, 25-14. Highland takes set one, and well, we'll look to take set two when we return as the Scotties taking on Labette in Jayhawk Conference volleyball action here on the Scotty Sports Network.
What is it that stays with Highland alums that make them want to come back and work there? Almost 40 Scotty alums are now Scotty employees, and that number increases every year. Highland President David Rice encourages and supports those who work there with a simple philosophy. You're hired to do a job, do it well. Supporting folks to do their jobs encourages them to meet Rice's simple but high standards. Consequently, Highland faculty, staff, and administration are all part of a supportive culture that helps each other do their jobs well. Check it out, Highland Community College, online at highlandcc.edu.
If you have heard stories about college debt and what it is doing not only to the student who borrowed the money, but also to families who co-signed those loans, you may have concern about your own college future. Check out the difference it makes to attend Highland Community College before transferring to a four-year institution. Going to Highland will save you thousands of dollars in college expense. Literally, you'll be able to start your life after college without the burden of debt that is impacting so many families. Check it out at highlandcc.edu. Highland Community College. From here, you can see anywhere.
Highland Community College continues to make college more affordable. Administrated by Nelnet Business Solutions, HCC now offers payment plans. Any student taking an HCC course may finance their tuition fee and main campus housing via one of 3 different payment plans. Choose from day, evening, weekend, or online classes with one great low rate. Associate's degrees and transferable classes with financial aid and scholarships also available. Highland Community College. From here, you can see anywhere.
Set 1 in the books, and Highland takes it a 25-14 set 1 victory. Scotties now lead this matchup 1-0, and we'll take a gander at some of the stats from the first matchup, and Zelia Kleitz stands out. Zelia was a monster at the net. 6 kills in that first contest. Had a block assist as well, ultimately, as did Koya Ronsko in the first matchup. 4 kills for Leslie Polanco, Koya Ronsko with 2, and Carrie Fisher with a kill, and 13 set assists for Katie Pearson. 4 digs by Polanco, and then you had 5 other gals with at least 1 dig in the first set for Highland here this evening. Thanks for tuning in on the Scotty Sports Network. Don't forget you can go back and watch all the other action from volleyball, or whether it be football or any other sport as well that we'll have coverage of throughout the course of Highland Community College athletic year. You'll be able to do so, and we'll have a new edition of the Scotty Sports Talk. That's coming up on Monday, our second one of the year. So looking forward to that. We'll chat some more Highland sports with some of the fall sports coaches and players, and we'll do so again coming up on Monday here on the Scotty Sports Network. But right now, we're headed to set 2 between Highland and Labette. Switch sides of the court, so Highland will go right to left across your screen. Labette left to right as they counter. Scotties, though, once they fell behind 3-0 in that first set, well, they clicked and buckled in for the nice cruising drive to a 25-14 set 1 victory. Went on a 6-0 run before Labette even got on the board again, and from that point on, didn't look back, and ultimately took set 1 25-14. Emma Kohala will serve this up, and she's had some couple of good serves already here tonight. Cross court over there. There's a nice spike down the power alley where it's picked up and dug out by Polanco on the back row. Fisher with a spike, and Carrie Fisher! Yeah! Fisher, nice job that time as she booked it to the floor. Carrie Fisher gets the initial tally on the board for Highland. Nice kill by Carrie. She's came up big and started to play exceptionally well. And Zelia Kleitz pouncing up at the top of the net like a cat, just jumping on top of that there that time. Quick strike by Zelia Kleitz. Reflexes for days for Zelia right there. Here at the net, they tap it over just off the outstretched hands of Solis. And Koya Ronsko! Ronsko packing the pepper that time, and Highland's off to a blistering 3-0 start to set 2. Got some energy out there to the Scotties right now, no doubt about it, as they're looking to continue their mojo here. Kleitz will just bump it up after she partially blocked it, but bumped it off and out of play to the near side towards the antenna. And in doing so, hitting the antenna, going out of bounds. Asante back to serve on the near side of the end line, but a let serve straight down the chute into the net. And Highland took advantage of those miscues by Labette in set 1 and utilized that to add to their cushion. We'll see if they can do so here yet again. Orozco with that serve. I think that was Coy on that one. Coy with over to Pearson. Pearson quick that time, and there's a nice shot by Katie Pearson. Pearson, of course, normally setting up her teammates for the spikes. She says, I'll take one of my own. And she's, well, registered about 1 kill per set throughout the entirety of the year. Gets a spike to go for a 5-1 Highland lead early in set 2. Just treckles over. Pearson went for the block, but came down, and it went over the top of her head. And Luina getting that to fall off her fingertips and in favor of the Cardinals. Highland up 5-1 just a moment ago, but now lead 5-2. Punched over off the serve. Orozco, Pearson, Kleitz. Kleitz again smashes another one to smithereens. Crevice created on Ben Allen Fieldhouse, and well, Zelia Kleitz is just absolutely in the zone. Monstrous night so far for Zelia. Could be on her way to a double-digit kill matchup. She had 6 in the first contest and a vicious one there as well. Pearson's going to set up Polanco. Polanco's blocked, and it goes all the way back out of play. Wow. That tells you that one packs some punch from Leslie Polanco. If it bounced all the way off the 2 blockers from the near side, back rainbowing out of bounds, back to the inline. Leslie and company are now up 7-2 for Highland here. Pearson's short set for Kalites again, and Zilia gets it just to carry him off a Labette Cardinal. Fall home, 2 in the back corner pocket. And Labette needs another timeout. 8-2. It's our first timeout, I should say, of course, here in the second set, but another timeout on the night as Highland, well, they found the right ingredients here tonight. And, well, head coach John Bingesser, the chef that has put it together to ultimately lead to plenty of success. Zilia Kleitz has put her signature on this matchup here tonight. I mean, she has been able to make an impact with regularity here tonight, and other gals stepping in around her, but Zilia is spearheading the performance here tonight with a multitude of kills so far. Again, 6 in the first set alone for Kleitz as Highland leads at 8-2 here in a timeout against Labette. Thanks for tuning in on the Scotty Sports Network. Again, a little quick plug for Scotty Sports Talk coming up on Monday night. We'll have that for you. 6:30 start time for the action. Be able to catch it, about an hour-long show, recapping all the latest in Highland sports. I'll host it with, plethora of guests. Athletic Director Tyler Norden at the helm of producing the show as well. Serve from Carrie Fisher, right to left across your radio down. That sneaks over. Nice pancake save by Fisher as she flopped to the floor. Polanco will bump it over. Fisher did a great job with the outstretched open palm hand. Oh, a dig again by Fisher on the back row. Carrie's had a couple of spectacular defensive plays. And cha-ching, ring it up. Polanco, yes, fires the gun. Leslie Polanco, registered weapon on that arm that time, and gets it to fall for another kill for Leslie. 9-2 lead for Highland. And that one will sail out of play. Tried to get it in that back corner. And unsuccessful Labette is at accomplishing that feat. And all Highland's done out of the timeout has been 2 consecutive points and trying to make it an even bigger lead. 10-2. Backside here to the near side. Blocked by Polanco. Kleitz in on the game as well. Johnson picks it up on the back row. Orozco saves it. Whoa, man, that was a great play by Coy. And Coach John Bingesser looking at it right there, talking to Orozco, using it as a learning point. But almost got it back over to Labette's side. It went on the wrong side of the antenna on the far side of the net. So ruled out of bounds thus. And third point for Labette. So 10-3. Highland on top. Their largest lead was just momentarily at 8. Lauren Dick in now to serve. And serves it straight down the chute where Johnson digs it down in the back row. Polanco skies high. Airplane mode initiated as Leslie Polanco has liftoff and gets the kill for Highland again. 11-3. Scotty's on top. Zilia Kleitz back to serve. Mallory Wagner, Coy Orozco on the back row. Emma Kohala up front. Katie Pearson and Leslie Polanco. Nobody home for Highland there. Backing up Kohala and Pearson, who went for the block. And Labette now with 4 on the board. Kristen Stalkup coming in to serve. The libero. It just trickles it over the net. Ooh, that was just dug out too by Orozco. Went down to the floor. Got her hands just with a little bit of a sliver of daylight underneath. Miss hit and a whiff on the far side by Monson. And the miss hit gives Highland a 12-4 lead for the Scotties in the driver's seat right now. Katie Pearson putting this in motion. Pearson's third of the Jayhawk Conference in D2 in assists and set assists. No answer, and Pearson dialed in on the serve. Katie's actually leading the team, as I mentioned earlier, in aces too, with 14 entering tonight and over 600 assists. That's 9%. A little over that, actually. Filled the stat sheet in several other ways, has Katie, stepping in at the setter position this year as a freshman. Partially blocked up front, back to the Cardinals' side. Monson taps it over and falls on the Scotty head on the floor at Ben Allen Fieldhouse. Substitution coming in for the serve here. It'll be Camille Miller for Labette. Johnson on the back row. Pearson set it up here down the middle. What a shot that time. The eye-popping play by Polanco. She just sends that with a thunderous thump to the floor. If you're in the way of that shot, you are not going to get up. That thing was absolutely smashed by Leslie. Little spin to the serve. Jump serve by Polanco. Set up her to the far side. Monzon double stuff that time. Not in my house. The Scotties with the rejection again. Polanco now set to serve it once more. The Scotties up by 10, 15-5. Jump serve by Polanco, a little lofty one at that one. And back set here to the near side. Polanco on the back row picks it up. Got to go back out. Pearson chases it, and Polanco will bump it over the back of her head. Highland did a good job there to keep it alive. Here to the near side. Partially blocked. Orozco, though, right in the right spot. Now going to spike it herself. Coy knocked it to the... What a save. Wow, Labette saved with their libero as Stolkup did a great save with one hand. No tave there. Nice job. Dialed in. Highland knocks it home. Carrie Fisher and Johnson in on that play. And the Scotties are up 16-5. Polanco set to serve again. And Leslie straight down the pipe off that serve. Set up once more. A little finesse play on Sante. Sante finally realizing maybe that, she's going to have to try to change some things up to try to get Labette on the board for themselves. And, well, Sante, a little finesse play and just kind of dumps it over onto Highland's side. And that's going to be executed perfectly for the Cardinals. Still a 10-point margin, though. Highland up 16-6 here in set two. Polanco on the back row receives the serve. Back set by Pearson for Orozco. Partially blocked. Back to Pearson. And they say 4 hits. I thought it was touched by Labette. And they apparently say no. It hit the top of the net instead. Head coach John Bingesser saying he disagrees. He says that he thinks it was touched as well. But not going to plead the case. They're up by a sizable margin, are the Lady Scotties at this point. Polanco bumps it. Pearson set. Go to the back row for Polanco, who skies high again. What a flight pattern for Leslie Polanco. I mean, she has got some ups. 5'5" is Polanco. Yeah, every bit of 5'5" sailing above the top of the net, no matter where she is on the floor. The Dominican Republic native, 244 kills entering tonight. That's nearly 4%. 3.6 if you want to be a little more precise. Nice save by Pearson on the far sideline. Just punched over off a fist by Fisher. 17-10 lead for Highland, and that'll go out of bounds. Labette sends it out of play. 18-7, Scotties up by 11. And here comes Emma Kohala. What a missile shot on the serve. Emma comes swooping in to save that. Pearson goes to the floor and flops to the hardwood. Fisher can't get it over, though, on the third hit. And Labette hanging tough, except holding them to a 10-point deficit is Highland. Highland's not even let them get back within single digits, really, here in this one since the establishment of a double-digit lead. So Kleitz taps it over, almost went underneath the net, but good job to stay disciplined there. Blocked to no avail. Scotties have it on their side. Polanco off the palm. Backwards it reels and off Cardinals' hands. Leslie Polanco that time off the back row attack again. Timeout for Highland Community College. Scotties up by a 19-8 lead. Scotties leading this one here in this showdown and, well, looking to take a 2-0 lead here against their opponent in Labette. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout, and when we return, we'll be continuing this Jayhawk Conference Showdown here on the Scotty Sports Network.
Highland Community College surprises a lot of people. Generally thought as one of the smallest, Highland is actually in the middle of the 19 Kansas community colleges in enrollment. Its Highland campus has a real college feel with housing, athletics, student organizations, theater, concerts, art shows, an operating farm, and distinctive academic programs in its regional centers that cover the college's 9-county service area in northeast Kansas. Viticulture, enology, precision agriculture, diesel, construction technology, early childhood. Check it out, Highland Community College, online at highlandcc.edu.
Out of the timeout, Scotty's in control of this one as they are up 19-8 in this showdown and looking to, well, take this contest in their favor as they lead it over Labette Community College. Cardinals of Labette here tonight, 6-14. Highland 15-4. Scotty's looking to snap a one-game losing streak. Tapped over quickly by the Cardinals. Here's Zelia Kleitz, partially blocked and actually just shoved back over instead. Not even really a block, just quick winning it at the point of attack at the top of the net. Winning that joust was two different Cardinals up front. Combining in on that, Asia Taylor alongside Luana. And they went after it quickly and tapped it home for the tally to draw within 10. Nice spot. What a dig, though, by Stalkup. Spiked on the near side by Wagner. As Mallory Wagner has entered the game again. Went to Pleasant Ridge High School. Got to see her play in high school as well, did I? Blocked up front. Again with the rejection. Wait. It goes out of bounds off Highland, so got a little excited there for a non-Scotty point, as I thought they got it in, but it went out of bounds off Highland apparently. And here's Zelia Kleitz, partially blocked up front by Taylor again. Double hit on the Labette side. Labette's coach not exactly happy about that and actually pleading with the referees on the call. Jake Folsom a bit upset on how that unfolded in that scenario for his Cardinal girls. Mallory Wagner set to serve. Wagner again from Atchison, like I said, coming up and playing in this showdown. Had multitude of success, especially early on during one juncture. And again, a downward swing, putting her signature on another. It's Zelia Kleitz. Just a absolutely big-time spike again by Kleitz up front. Just a wrecking crew up front is Zelia. With the spikes, now some nice blocks. Maybe that won't go down in block capacity, but it does go back onto the other side. Again, partially blocked there, that time by Pearson and Kleitz. Back to the Cardinals side. And again, another vicious spike. Booking it down, right up served on a platter by Pearson to Polanco. And Polanco says that one was an easy one to smash. Bumped up towards the net. Kleitz goes after it, and maybe just her presence kept the Cardinals on their heels for a moment. Short set by Pearson. Yeah, another one worn off the shoulder and maybe off the side of the head. That time for a Labette defender, Callie Solis, getting a tattoo from Zelia Kleitz. She's been dishing them out here all tonight. Some big-time spikes upon Cardinals that haven't been had an answer to. Labette's answer goes out of play, and Highland's now at set point all of a sudden, pretty quick. 24-10. Scotty's in cruise control at this point in this set, and that just trickles over. The ace by Wagner is going to be the final tally of set two. 25-10. Scotty's take set two over Labette and looking for a three-set sweep here tonight. Scotties are in control of this showdown, and it's showcasing itself quite frequently throughout the course of the first two sets. We're back for set three on the Scotty Sports Network in just a moment.
What is it that stays with Highland alums that make them want to come back and work there? Almost 40 Scotty alums are now Scotty employees, and that number increases every year. Highland President David Rice encourages and supports those who work there with a simple philosophy. You're hired to do a job, do it well. Supporting folks to do their jobs encourages them to meet Rice's simple but high standards. Consequently, Highland faculty, staff, and administration are all part of a supportive culture that helps each other do their jobs well. Check it out, Highland Community College, online at highlandcc.edu.
If you have heard stories about college debt and what it is doing not only to the student who borrowed the money, but also to families who co-signed those loans, you may have concern about your own college future. Check out the difference it makes to attend Highland Community College before transferring to a four-year institution. Going to Highland will save you thousands of dollars in college expense. Literally, you'll be able to start your life after college without the burden of debt that is impacting so many families. Check it out at highlandcc.edu. Highland Community College. From here, you can see anywhere.
Highland's new Precision Agriculture program was designed for the farmer or related farm worker of the future. The future arrived quickly. Today's agricultural work goes beyond the field and barn to the computer, the satellite, the drone, the research lab. Aligning all these aspects precisely for the individual, field, and crop is provided by Highland's Precision Ag program. Centered in Baileyville at the College Western Center, this program can provide you with experience in understanding and applying modern farming methods. Check it out.
Well, we head to set 3 and big time set 2. Leslie Polanco leads the way in kills with 8 in that set alone. Zelia Kleitz with 4 kills. She's now at double digits on the night. Katie Pearson had a kill, as did Koya Ronsko and Carrie Fisher with 2 more. 14 set assists for Pearson in that showdown, too. And 6 digs for Koya Ronsko in that second set. 2 apiece for Johnson, Polanco, and Fisher. And 3 other gals with 1 dig as well in that one. Emma Kohala with a big-time solo block in the second set as well. Scotty's in the driver's seat. Lead 2 sets to none, 25-14, 25-10. They took the first set and the second set against Labette here tonight. Kleitz, Pearson, Orozco, Polanco, Fisher, and Johnson, the 6 on the floor. Left to right across your screen for this one in set 3. As Labette will have the serve here in set 3. Going right to left across your screen. Callie Solis set to serve it. And we'll go down the middle to Polanco. And Pearson will bump it up. Polanco swoops in and sends another vicious spike down the middle. Monzon was on top of it, though, and kept it alive for the Cardinals. Pearson's little short set for Kleitz. Taps over. 2 Cardinals converge and come up with the answer there. Usually when that happens, sometimes bad things happen for teams when 2 different defenders converge. Orozco's spike picked up by the Cardinals. Back set over the far side, and that gets around the block up front. And Labette will take the initial lead. Highland led the initial time in the set 2, but Scotties fell down 3-0 in set 1, only to answer with a 6-0 run of their own after that point and have the control after that. What a spike by Kleitz, but picked up and dug out by Stalkup, the libero, on the near side. Pushed over, and there's a good dig by Pearson. Almost did the splits on the floor. Fisher pushes it over off a spike. Going out of bounds on the near side. Labette keeps it alive. They just dump it over off the outstretched hands of Solis. And again picked up on the floor. Solis keeps it alive. Spiked into the net off Meyer's hands. Both teams with some good defensive digs there in that play. And Koya Roscoe set the serve. By the way, the ace by Wagner was her first of the season. Had 40 kills entering tonight, but Wagner gets the ace to finish off set 2. That was her first. Pearson partially blocks it, goes back to Highland, though. Johnson picks it up. Polanco reels back and shoots it out of the cannon again. Leslie Polanco. The Polanco punch. Been displayed with regularity here tonight. Orozco, lofty serve to the back row. Stalkup picks it up. They'll have to send it back from the back by Monzon. And Pearson with a nice stuff up front. Cardinals keep it up for a moment. Here's Johnson with the bump. Katie's set for Kleitz. And Zelia Bazinga there that time as Zelia Kleitz reels back, fires another one down. And a nice shot again. Zelia Kleitz bouncing up, knocking it to the hardwood. Stalkup picks up the Orozco serve. Right now 3-1 Scotty lead. Kleitz bumped it back over to Labette quickly. Cardinals weren't on top of it that quick. They could have had a quick little vicious attack back at Highland, but Scotty's avoided that. Partially blocked by Fisher and Kleitz. Back to the Highland side it stays, and Fisher daps it off the palm of her hand. Set up here down the middle, tapped over. Good play that time by Story, but Highland's on top of it again. Orozco with the spike down the power alley. Monzon picked it up. Fisher now bumps it for the Scotties. Johnson with a bump. Here to Pearson. She'll just have to send it over, and Pearson mishit by Katie. And that mishit goes into the net for the attacking error. And that error on Highland gives the second point on the board for Labette. Orozco with the bump. Here's Pearson's short set that time. Pearson has been serving it up on a platter. And it's like, the butter sets right there. And they've been baking cookies tonight, all night has Highland, with the times that they've been able to kill those great sets. There's Labette again, though, as miscommunication maybe up front by a couple of the gals. Leads to a tied third set. Just young into this third set as well, 3-3. Mike Smith alongside with you here on the Scotty Sports Network. Again, our next programming will be on Monday night for Scotty Sports Talk. 6:30 start time for that. Chat some fall sports with the coaches of volleyball, football, and cross country. Pearson's short set from the knee, and there's Zelia Kleitz again knocking it home. Zelia Kleitz has just been a monster at the net. Double-digit kills for Kleitz here tonight. She's been able to accomplish that feat only just a few times this year. Her best game was 20 kills against Indian Hills. Not sure she'll get to that if the Scotties can win it in 3 sets. Polanco sends another thunderous thump. Outstretched hands of Stolkup, though, picks it up. Scotties lead by 1, 4-3. Polanco initiates airplane mode again, takes flight, and lays the hammer. As Leslie Polanco, it's like she's floating out there, and she skies high into the air. Mallory Wagner with the serve. Here's a set towards the near side. Monzon just gets it over. Nice little tailspin off the top of the net for the Cardinals. Polanco again with another spike off the fingertips of Story, who tried to block that. Her teammate also in on that too, but unsuccessful block attempt of Leslie Polanco. And Highland up by 3 at 6-3. Mallory Wagner walking start to the serve, goes straight down the pipe. And dump attack, whoa, catching Highland off guard. Orozco thought she may have got it, as head coach John Bingesser saying that Coy Orozco just somehow slithered her hand underneath that. Line judges in disagreement. Orozco getting a good chuckle about it. She couldn't believe that she actually got underneath it. Oh, wow. Stolkup with a violation off the serve, stepped across the line before letting go of the serve. And because of that, it's now 7-4 Highland. Head coach Jake Folsom wants an explanation on something at this scenario. Wants to talk with the line judges here. 7-4 was the call, or 7-4 is the score. The call again was, the serving error, stepping across the line. 7-4, Zelia Kleitz to serve. Wagner and Orozco on the back row. Kohala, Polanco, and Pearson on the floor for the Scotties too. They won the first 2 sets, looking for a 3-set victory. Wagner backs up her blockers back up front. Polanco's spike is blocked, and it goes off of off behind Wagner. Down to the floor for the Cardinal tally, and it's a 7-5 contest here in set 3. Andy Myers back to serve, Joplin, Missouri native. As Polanco picks it up on the far sideline off the Myers serve. Polanco skies high again, a double stuff once more. 2 consecutive blocks of Polanco's spikes on the far side nonetheless. And a great job by Asante getting in on that as well was Myers herself. And she will go back to serve again. Back-to-back tallies by the Cardinals. Polanco, though, just continued to do that again. She goes back for it again and spikes that one home. Smashes it to smithereens. Leslie Polanco says, "You're not going to stop me all the time." And she's able to just smash that in on the far sideline. Leslie Polanco got blocked twice. You're not going to block her a 3rd time. Katie Pearson with the serve. That'll set here to the middle. Johnson swoops in like Batman on the back row. And Kohala with the spike, but Highland with the violation. And the Scotties, before they could get that Emma Kohala kill, called for the violation. I didn't see what the call was, but 8-7 lead for Highland. The Scotties still owning the lead, but again, now it's just by 1 at this point. Pearson's set goes high into the air. Polanco, downward motion, almost going to go into the basketball goal. It goes off the basketball goal. And they're going to give it to Highland. One line judge says it's Highland's point, and then the other one says, no, a replay. Head coach John Bingesser said that is out when it hits the basketball goal. It is thus, the point stops. It's not a playable situation like it is out of the rafters. The basketball goal is not playable off of. Head coach John Bingesser, I can hear him from the other court. He said there's no way that's not the situation there. And he politely disagrees. I'll say politely disagrees with the call. And he's still pleading the case in that scenario. Katie Pearson getting an explanation from the lines judge on the near side in the stand. So instead of a point either way, it's going to go down as what looks to be basically a jump ball situation in a replay. Although, we'll wait and see. Now that is what the call will be. Picked up here now, 8-7 lead. Highland up by 1. Pearson with the set, goes over to Orozco on the far side. Corey down the power alley. Labette has an answer with a back set of their own to the back row. Wagner bumps it up to the rafters. Pearson's set goes high in the sky again. Polanco again. Polanco threading the needle, walking the rope once more on another spike. And Leslie Polanco now, well, definitely double-digit kills for her too. So we have both Kleitz and Polanco with double-digit kills here. The two gals that help spearhead the offense with the 2 most kills on the team. Both in the top 5 in the Jayhawk Conference in that capacity. Tapped over up front by Asante and dumped over by Polanco. The volley continues. Asante set up, and wow, Asante found the just little small hole on that far sideline of Highland's defense. Labette holding tough right now. Give them credit. Holding tough in this set. Score shows 9-7. 9-8. Okay, I was saying, I thought it was the 8th tally for the Cardinals, so 1-point matchup yet again. Asante set the serve on the far side. Fisher gets set up by Pearson. Carey just gets it over. Actually hit the top of the fingertips of Story. Here's Pearson's set. A back set to the near side for Orozco. Orozco. Oh, wait. They say touch, so I thought Coy got it in. And Coy Orozco not going to get the call in favor of Highland. And now it's a 9-9 tie. Instead of Highland still holding and owning the lead. Orozco thought the touch happened again for Labette, but the call didn't happen. Service error, though, gets Highland back on top by a 10-9 score. And the Scotties up by 1 with Polanco serving to the near side. Cross-court serve by Emma. And that goes side out to the near side, out of play. And 11-9 Highland. Emma Kohala back to serve. Polanco and Pearson. Orozco, Fisher, and Kleitz on the floor too. And that was close to a lift, but somehow Monton had it go just through her hands enough. And that one is just smashed there by Kleitz. Nice job as she rings it in. Break out the cash register. We're handing out plenty of kills all over the place as it's ringed up for another by Zelia Kleitz. No change needed in that one, and not spike. And there's a spike that pinballs off Orozco and Zelia Kleitz. As Labette will get to double figures. 12-10, set 3 score. Back to serve. Solis. Polanco bumps it towards the net. Little short set by Pearson. Tapped over by Kleitz. Back over by the Cardinals on just one hit. Here's Orozco's spike out of play off the hands of Helbest. And Highland up now 13-10. Every gal that has seen action in this matchup tonight has made an impact in some way, shape, or form in every capacity. Zelia Kleitz wins the joust at the top of the net. And Highland gets the tally. And Zelia Kleitz once more. Kleitz has been that bully on the block up front. Zelia has just been able to stop and stymie what the Cardinals have thrown at him. Out of bounds, long on the answer. Labette wanted the call, not going to get it. Coy Orozco now to serve with Highland up by 5, 15-10. Orozco's serve goes to the back, and that's just bumped quickly back over on one hit off the outstretched hands of Helbust. And Carrie Fisher misplays it. Fisher misplays it out of play, and Mallory Wagner will come back in. Wagner getting back into the rotation here tonight after not maybe seeing as much action in the previous few matchups before a good stretch run during the middle of the season for her. Right to left across your screen. Here comes the serve from the Cardinals. Straight down the middle. Johnson picked it up on the back row. Polanco's back row attack goes long and out of play over toward the Cardinal bench. Leslie Polanco into double digits in kills, no doubt. She had 8 kills in that second set alone, and I know she's had 2 in this, at least, here in this third set. So no doubt about it that she's into double digits with Zelia Kleitz. And Kleitz again with another punch for home. 16 to 12. Good bounce to the step for Highland tonight. Good air underneath those jumps for the spikes up front. Sets by Pearson. Pearson has went to a little shorter set tonight that has been ultra effective, I've thought, here this evening. Stalkup just bumps it over. Here's Pearson's set. That's a little high arcing set that time. Polanco down the power alley, bumped up back towards there. Kleitz again, striking like a viper at the net. Zelia Kleitz wins the joust, the 50-50 ball at the top of the net. And Highland again winning every type of situation like that here tonight. Labette wants a timeout as Scotties are up 17 to 12 and have taken control of this third set. They hung tough, did the Cardinals early on in this set, and actually kept it within one and tied it a couple different times in the contest. But right now, well, Highland is seeing themselves in the driver's seat of this third set. Coming up on the Scotty Sports Network on the next football showdown, the Scotties will be at home. They're off this Saturday, but a week from Saturday, they host Butler. We'll have that game here on the Scotty Sports Network for you for that showdown. They'll be at home after that next week, too, against Independence. Scotty volleyball team will be on the road for quite some time. The Osho tournament coming up Friday and Saturday. Then their next Jayhawk Conference showdown is a road date with Fort Scott on the 4th of October. 17 to 12. Mallory Wagner set the serve for Highland. Left to right across your screen on the Scotty Sports Network. Wagner's serve, line drive style down the middle. A back set over to the far side. Good power alley kill over that far side that time by Myers. And Labette not going away. Highland, though, up by 2 sets to none. Winning set 1, 25-14. Winning set 2 on a Wagner ace, 25-10. And Kleitz again down the middle off that spike. Goes up to the near side. Monzon with attack. Johnson bumps it from the back row. Quick attack there by Pearson. And, wow, Labette keeps it alive for the moment, but then they send it on the second hit on the opposite side of the antenna. And Highland now up there. Good job by Katie Pearson. Pearson has played well tonight, I thought, setting up her team with great assists, but not only that, but has been able to set up herself with a couple different spikes, trying to catch Labette off guard as well. Polanco spikes it towards the net. It was partially blocked by Labette. Stalkup bumps it here to the near side. Monzon with a spike, and Orozco tried to get out of the way, but I think it got a piece of her. It actually got the back corner, too. So 18-14 now. But Pearson has been serving it up on a platter with regularity throughout the evening. And Polanco and Kleitz have been the recipient of most of them. Not just them, though, too, as Emma Kohala spikes it down. Emma Kohala getting into the mix. 19-14, Highland on top. Pearson, Wagner, Johnson, Polanco, Orozco, and Kohala, the 6 on the floor for Highland. Katie's serve goes to the near side. Bumped up. They'll have to bump it from out of bounds. They do so with Monzon. Pearson's short set for the swooping in Orozco. Stalkup picks it up. Wagner backpedaling to the inline to save it and keep the volley here going for Highland. Off the palm of Polanco's hands. Short set. Asante taps it. Johnson will bump it back in the field of play. Diving to the floor was Pearson. Pearson lays out and sprawls out for that opportunity, but comes up just shy. 19-15. Monzon going back to serve. Johnson to her knees to swoop in there with the dig. Polanco comes up and spikes it home again. Nice job by Polanco. Autographed that one for you, and she was able to put it picturesque. Nice spike there that time. That's one you want to frame right there with a great spike by Polanco. Leslie jump serve down the middle. Labette bumps it to the near side and will head it into the net. No answer by Labette, and Scotties can taste the victory as they're up 21-15. Taya Barnett coming in for the Scotties for the first time. to see action in this latter part of the third set. Polanco will jump serve down the middle. Back set to the far or near side, excuse me. And Asante spikes it. That was the far side, excuse me, too, on Asante's spike. Labette getting the point. Asante. Lofty serve, little rainbow, little hot, some arc to that shot. Kohala with a nice play, and that's going to go off the backboard and out of play. And Scotties get the point. 22nd tally on the board as they lead at 22-16. Emma Kohala back to serve. Nice job there. Kohala sends it on a rope here to the near side, tapped over. Pearson picks it up. Polanco's going to set it for Barnett. And Taya with a nice power alley spike, but it's picked up by Stalkup on the far side. As Orozco spikes it, Stalkup on the near side now picks it up again on the back row once more. Partially blocked, does trickle back to Labette's side and falls right in front of Polanco. Labette had it come back in their face 2 different times. They were prepared each time to keep the volley going. And because of that, they ultimately get their 17th point. Solis back to serve for the Cardinals. And it's a let serve. Straight into the net, that one goes. And Highland's 2 points away from the match victory. Coy Orozco going to put this in motion. And Orozco, though, has the service error. Highland not quite yet able to finish this off. Coming back to serve, Camilo Miller. Miller putting it in motion for the Cardinals. Off the serve, going down the middle where Johnson bumps it. Pearson's little short set finds Zelia Kleitz. Miller taps it on the back row, Stalkup, and Miller dumps it over the top of her head. Back to Highland's side. Here's Pearson's short set again for Kleitz. Stalkup on the back row. Receive of that spike by Zelia. Down the power alley, Johnson awaits. Here's Barnett with it, spikes it into the top of the net, partially touched by Labette, although they didn't think so. They were looking towards the lines judge for a 4th hit on Highland instead. Volley, though, continues. Stalkup with a bump to the near side. Monzon taps it over the would-be blockers. Here's Pearson set for Kleitz again. Dumps it to the back row. Miller near the near side, dumped over, and that's out of play. Over the top of her head, that was Story. And here's set match point for Highland right now. Ty Barnett going to serve. She's been in the ball game, but back to serve. And Barnett's serve into the net. Keeps the Cardinals of Labette alive for the moment, 24-19. And Scotty's looking for their 9th 3-set victory here tonight. This would be their 9th 3-set win of the season, I should say. Polanco with a spike, partially blocked. Here's Orozco set back over to Polanco on the far side. Taps it over. Great save on just one hit. Little somersault on the far side. And that's partially blocked and will be blocked. Good job by Asante and one of her teammates as well. In on that, I think, was Andy Myers. Number was kind of scrunched up, so I couldn't see it. But 24-20. Stalkup with the serve. Here's Pearson's set going to Polanco, sky high. Leslie's blocked again. Asante and Myers on the far side once more. And Labette holding tough. 3-point contest, 24-21, but Highland again still has set match point in their favor. Orozco's bump, Pearson's set again for Polanco. Leslie tattoos it to the floor, and that will do it. Polanco's kill finishes it off 25-21 as the Polanco kill finishes for Highland a 3-setter and a conference victory over Labette here tonight. We'll take a break. We'll have the post-game statistics, or have the final statistics. Then we'll have post-game 2 coming up on the Scotty Sports Network.
What is it that stays with Highland alums that make them want to come back and work there? Almost 40 Scotty alums are now Scotty employees, and that number increases every year. Highland President David Rice encourages and supports those who work there with a simple philosophy. You're hired to do a job, do it well. Supporting folks to do their jobs encourages them to meet Rice's simple but high standards. Consequently, Highland faculty, staff, and administration are all part of a supportive culture that helps each other do their jobs well. Check it out, Highland Community College, online at highlandcc.edu. hcc.edu.
If you have heard stories about college debt and what it is doing not only to the student who borrowed the money, but also to families who co-signed those loans, you may have concern about your own college future. Check out the difference it makes to attend Highland Community College before transferring to a four-year institution. Going to Highland will save you thousands of dollars in college expense. Literally, you'll be able to start your life after college without the burden of debt that is impacting so many families. Check it out at highlandcc.edu. Highland Community College. From here, you can see anywhere.
Highland's new precision agriculture program was designed for the farmer or related farm worker of the future. The future arrived quickly. Today's agricultural work goes beyond the field and barn to the computer, the satellite, the drone, the research lab. Aligning all these aspects precisely for the individual, field, and crop is provided by Highland's Precision Ag program. Centered in Baileyville at the College Western Center, this program can provide you with experience in understanding and applying modern farming methods. Check it out.
Scotty's taken in 3 sets tonight, winning the Jayhawk Conference Showdown against Labette 25-14, 25-10, and 25-21. We do have some final statistics, or the statistics from the third set. Then we'll get to the final statistics overall. But from the third set alone, Leslie Polanco had 7 kills. Zelia Kleitz with 5. 2 kills for Emma Kohala and 1 for Koya Ronsko. 13 assists for Katie Pearson in that third set alone. So she had a pretty good matchup there for the assist capacity tonight, did Pearson. 9 digs for Johnson in that third set. That's a big defensive play on the back row there for the Liberos. 6 digs for Aronsko, 4 for Pearson, 3 for Polanco, 2 for Fisher, and 1 apiece for Kleitz and Kohala in that third set. So statistics abounding here tonight between these two teams, but Highland was able to compile a multitude of great performances. We'll get the final statistics in just a moment when we receive them, and we'll get them to you in a second. But that was Highland, after a 3-0 deficit that they faced in set 1, went on a 6-0 run and didn't look back from that point on. Zelia Kleitz and Koya Ronsko with great kills during that 6-0 run. They led by as many as 10 when Labette called a timeout at 20-10, winning set 1 25-14. Set 2, Highland was up 5-1. Labette hung tough for a little bit, but ultimately Highland would go up and double them up for quite some time and win 25-10 on a Mallory Wagner ace. Didn't get to set 3. Set 3 was tied early on, 3-3, 9-9, and within 1 or 2 early on as well. But then Highland would finish it off 25-21. Leslie Polanco with the kill to cement the victory. Here tonight, final statistics: Leslie Polanco with 19 kills and 9 digs, 1 shy of a double-double for her. Zelia Kleitz with 15 kills tonight, a couple of digs and a block on the evening as well. 4 kills for Koya Ronsko tonight. 3 kills for Carrie Fisher, Emma Kohala with 2, and Katie Pearson with 1 kill. Pearson has 40 assists tonight in that capacity. On the dig side, it was actually Ronsko leading the way. Coy had 13 digs here tonight, and 12 digs for Kirsten Johnson, 6 digs for Katie Pearson. Polanco, as I mentioned, with 9, 2 for Zelia Kleitz, 3 for Emma Kohala, and 5 digs for Carrie Fisher, which is a new career high for her in that capacity with ease here tonight. Emma Kohala with a nice solo block as well. Koya Ronsko with the block in tonight's showdown, too. We'll have the statistics and much more on ScottyAthletics.com with an overall recap of tonight's showdown, so be able to check that out. But stay tuned for the post game. We'll have that coming up with head coach John Bingesser and a couple of players. We'll have that on the Scotty Sports Network in just a little bit. Highland wins it at home at Ben Allen Fieldhouse in Jayhawk Conference play in 3 straight sets, 25-14, 25-10, 25-21 over Labette Community College tonight. Scotties get their 16th win of the season, now 16-4 and 4-1 in Jayhawk Conference play. Also the 59th win at Highland Community College for John Bingesser and his 13th Jayhawk Conference win as a coach and 24th win at home. That's going to do it for us tonight here. Stay tuned for the postgame, like I said, here on the Scotty Sports Network. 3-set victory for Highland at home against Labette. Thanks for watching, everybody, on the Scotty Sports Network.